power of the spoken word. My best friend came to me one day and he said, "Chad, I don't think I'm good enough to make it through this training anymore." And, I had known prior to that statement that he had been having some thoughts of doubt. But when he kept those thoughts within his own head, he was able to continue from day to day. But as soon as he came to me that morning and spoke it out loud, that statement, he created that reality, it became real. It crushed him, man. He was crushed by that single statement, "I don't think I'm good enough." And shortly after he made that statement, he went and quit. And I thought, this guy, my buddy, he was completely physically capable of doing everything that we had to do that day and every single day until graduation. But those words crushed him, man.
It was like the Rubicon. Once he crossed that, there's no return. Once you give voice to whatever it is, whatever demon is swimming around in your head, it gives it a power that you can't take back.
There's something about the spoken word, man, and I think the written word has similar and equal power. But a lot of my lessons revolve around that spoken word, and now that lesson has transferred into ultra running. And I've seen that power of the spoken word push people beyond their conceived limits. So I became acquainted with a young man named Thomas. Thomas had never ran more than a 10K race before, so it's about 6 miles. And me and Thomas kind of partnered up, and I thought, I'm gonna mentor Thomas. The sun starts to set, and I look in his eyes, and I can tell he's hurting bad, man. He's almost done. And I told Thomas, I said, "Thomas, I want you to do something for me." I said, "I want you to just say, 'I will never quit.'" And Thomas looks over at me and he says, "Well, I'll never quit." And I'm like, "No, man, I want you to yell it out loud and let everyone around here know that you will never quit." And I think Thomas kind of thought that it was cocky, but it wasn't about being cocky. It was about us creating this confidence and this reality for ourselves through the words that we spoke. So Thomas yelled, "I will never quit." And then throughout the rest of that night, every time I'd see Thomas, we'd yell back and forth to each other, "I'll never quit." Thomas ran over 100 miles that day. So from a 10K, he ran over 100 miles. He said, "Brother Chad," he said, "I got my 100 miles, man."